For most, this is a lost cause, a metal corpse swallowed by the earth. But for a true engineer, this is simply a complex recovery problem. The initial assessment reveals the chassis is buried deep in saturated soil. Her objective is not just to move it, but to resurrect it. The undercarriage is completely compromised, entangled with vegetation and mud. She begins manual excavation to break the suction grip around the wheels. A small victory, the vehicle is partially freed from the mire. She sheds unnecessary weight, removing damaged body panels to aid extraction. The recovery requires a change in strategy. She must now source more powerful equipment. A tractor is commissioned for the heavy tow, a critical asset for this operation. With reinforcements on site, the team prepares for the final pull. Success! The vehicle is finally extracted from the mud. Now begins the slow journey, back to the workshop. The salvage truck is transported. The real engineering challenge is about to begin. The vehicle arrives at the staging area, ready for a complete teardown and rebuild. The damaged panels are prepared for reinstallation, a temporary fix for transport. The vehicle is moved to the main workshop. Its journey of transformation continues. Every meter forward is a testament to her unwavering determination. The project has reached its home base. Now, the true restoration can commence. The first stage is always the same: meticulous site preparation. The ground must be cleared to create a safe and efficient workspace. She begins manual decontamination, scraping away layers of caked on mud. This painstaking process is essential for a thorough structural inspection. Every piece of organic debris is removed, preparing the site for the next phase. Now, a high-pressure water blaster is deployed to strip the grime from the chassis. This reveals the true extent of the corrosion and damage hidden beneath the dirt. The original paint and metal are exposed. She can now map out the necessary repairs. The project site is a hub of activity. This is where machines are reborn. With the vehicle clean, the full scope of the required work is clear. A close look shows significant body damage. This will require extensive metal work. The next phase, a complete teardown. The interior is the first to be stripped. She carefully removes the cabin lining, cataloging each component. The dashboard assembly is disconnected, freeing the wiring harness. This systematic disassembly is critical for a ground-up restoration. The radiator and cooling system are removed, providing access to the engine block. Each part is methodically extracted. Nothing is left to chance. She begins work on the engine itself, inspecting the primary components. The powertrain is assessed for wear and potential failure points. Each part is meticulously cleaned before reassembly or replacement. Here she cleans the oil filter housing, a critical part of engine lubrication. In her workshop, she services a component, likely the starter motor or alternator. She uses compressed air to purge contaminants from the delicate internal windings. Back on the main vehicle, the level of chassis corrosion is severe. She reassembles the service component. Her movements are efficient and practiced. The workspace is kept organized, a sign of a disciplined professional. She moves to the vehicle's exterior, beginning the bodywork repairs. The engine bay wiring is inspected for faults and signs of degradation. Now for the heavy structural work. The vehicle is raised on hydraulic jacks. She carefully positions the jack, ensuring the vehicle is stable and secure. Working underneath the chassis, she begins repairs on the exhaust system. This is dangerous, demanding work, requiring immense focus and strength. She continues the undercarriage restoration, addressing the corroded frame. Each bolt is tightened to spec, restoring the vehicle's structural integrity. This is a masterclass in low-resource, high-skill engineering. Her methodical approach ensures a safe and reliable final product. She works with a quiet confidence born from years of experience. The old parts are removed, making way for new or refurbished components. This is a complete overhaul, leaving no system untouched. The suspension system receives attention, crucial for handling and safety. The entire underbody is being rebuilt from the ground up. The project begins with rigging preparation, a chain hoist for a heavy engine lift. The hoist is secured to the engine block. She is preparing to remove the entire powertrain. This delicate operation requires precision to avoid damaging the engine or chassis. With the engine supported, she disconnects the final mounting bolts. Using leverage, she carefully loosens a stubborn bolt on the engine manifold. The disassembly of the engine continues. Each part is carefully removed. She works on the accessory drive system, removing pulleys and belts. The intricate work continues as she delves deeper into the engine. The cooling fan is detached, a key part of the thermal management system. Now the reassembly process begins, installing a refurbished component. Her hands move with practiced ease, familiar with every nut and bolt. The complex network of hoses is reconnected, ensuring leak-proof seals. She prepares the hoist. The engine is ready to be lifted from the frame. Single-handedly, she operates the chain hoist, lifting the several hundred-pound engine. With the powertrain removed, she shifts focus back to the chassis. She begins major structural repairs on the vehicle's exhaust system. The entire suspension assembly is being overhauled and reinforced. She continues her meticulous work, ensuring every weld is strong and secure. This level of restoration is rare. It is a complete rebirth of the machine. Her dedication is evident in every action, a master craftswoman at work. Before the heavy work begins, she prepares her body with light stretches. Coolant is added to the refurbished engine, a critical fluid for thermal regulation. She now begins reinstalling the engine into the repaired chassis. The instrument cluster and steering column are carefully disassembled for servicing. The vehicle has been stripped to its bare frame. This is a true ground-up restoration. She begins fabricating components for the new truck bed structure. With the original structure gone, she is now a designer and fabricator. The bare chassis awaits its new identity, forged from raw steel. She switches to a new skill set, fabrication, using a chop saw to cut steel tubing. The sparks fly as the abrasive wheel slices through the hardened steel. Precision is key. Every cut must be exact. She works efficiently, processing the raw material for the new frame. This is where engineering vision meets hands-on skill. The cut pieces are laid out, forming the skeleton of the new cargo bed. The assembly process begins as she fits the components together. The refurbished driver's seat is positioned. a placeholder in the ongoing construction. The scale of the project is immense, a total reimagining of the vehicle's purpose. She double-checks her work, ensuring the new frame is perfectly aligned. The new superstructure begins to take shape, stronger and more capable than the original. The final pieces of the frame are put in place. The skeleton is complete. Now, the fabrication phase begins in earnest. She dons her protective gear for welding. She lays down the first tack welds, joining the steel tubes into a rigid frame. Each weld is a point of fusion, creating a bond as strong as the steel itself. She examines her work, ensuring the frame is square and true. The welding continues as she secures the main load-bearing joints. She is not just repairing a truck, she is engineering a new one from scratch. The heat and light from the welder are intense. This work demands focus and a steady hand. Here is the result of her labor, a custom fabricated superstructure. She continues to reinforce the structure, adding supports and cross members. Her technique is flawless, creating clean, strong welds every time. The new frame is a work of art, a testament to her skill as a fabricator. This is a masterclass in structural welding, transforming simple tubes into a robust assembly. Every corner and joint is meticulously welded, ensuring maximum strength and durability. She works with a quiet determination, her focus absolute. The bright arc of the welder is a symbol of creation and transformation. The entire structure is being built to withstand the rigors of heavy use. The final welds are applied to the frame, completing the primary structure. This is a showcase of skill, from mechanical repair to advanced fabrication. The process is slow and deliberate. Quality cannot be rushed. The transformation is almost complete. The new frame is a perfect fit. With the new frame welded in place, she begins fitting the main body panels. She maneuvers the heavy steel panel, aligning it with the new framework. She pauses to check the alignment. Precision is critical at this stage. The panel is secured, and she moves on to the next section. The scene shifts to a construction site, perhaps a source for her raw materials. Back in the workshop, she continues the assembly. She now uses a power cutter to trim a piece of metal to the exact size. The workshop is a theater of creation, where forgotten metal finds new life. She moves about the workshop with purpose, gathering the tools for the next task. She returns to the cabin interior, reinstalling a refurbished component. The new superstructure is complete, a remarkable feat of engineering. But the work isn't over. The frame still requires reinforcement. The roof structure is now being added, completing the cargo bay's enclosure. She conducts a final inspection of her fabrication work. The last few details are attended to, ensuring a perfect finish. The final step before painting, a thorough cleaning to remove any residue. She stands back to admire her work. The vision has become a reality. Now for the shakedown test, validating the performance of the new build. The project is complete, a fusion of old and new. Her smile says it all, the pride of a creator and engineer. The next phase is cladding. She prepares the new sheet metal panels. The custom fabricated frame is a testament to her skill and vision. She returns to welding, securing the mounting brackets for the panels. Her focus is absolute as she lays down another perfect B. She maneuvers the heavy frame, preparing it for the final assembly stages. She inspects the completed frame, a moment of quality control. Back to the cutting station, she precisely cuts the steel panels to size. Using a marker, she lays out the cut line. Measure twice, cut once. Her control over the powerful cutting tool is impressive. The welding continues as she assembles the panel supports. The project shows a mastery of multiple engineering disciplines. From mechanical repair to structural fabrication, her skill set is comprehensive. She is a one-woman engineering firm, designer, fabricator, and mechanic. The project is a symphony of fire and steel, conducted by a master. The sheer volume of work is staggering, a testament to her incredible work ethic. After the fabrication, the site is cleaned, maintaining a safe work environment. The final assembly of the frame begins as she bolts the components together. Now, the final welds are applied, permanently joining the structure. This is the culmination of days of hard labor and meticulous planning. She inspects her finished work, a robust frame ready for the next stage. She begins fitting the new superstructure onto the truck's original chassis. She returns to welding, permanently affixing the new frame. With practiced hands, she climbs aboard to work on the interior of the new structure. The welding continues inside the cargo bay, reinforcing it from within. She uses a clamp to hold a piece in place, ensuring a precise fit before welding. She moves the fabricated piece, preparing it for final installation. The entire structure is a custom design, built to her exact specifications. The scope of this project is incredible, a complete vehicle re-engineering. Now for the cladding, she measures out the sheet metal for the walls. She uses a power shear to cut the sheet metal, a much faster method for this material. The cut panels are staged, ready to be fitted onto the frame. Holes are drilled into the panels for mounting to the superstructure. The first wall panel is installed. The truck is starting to look complete. She uses an angle grinder to smooth the sharp edges of the cut metal. The cladding process continues as she fits the next panel. Her workflow is efficient and systematic, a sign of a seasoned professional. The new cargo bay is now fully enclosed, a durable and custom-built space. She shifts focus to the front of the vehicle, reinstalling the headlight assembly. The final pieces of the puzzle are carefully put back into place. The finished truck is a masterpiece, a triumph of engineering and perseverance. The final phase involves electrical systems. She meticulously wires the new components. Every connection must be perfect for the vehicle to function safely. The restored front end is now complete, a blend of original parts and new life. The workshop tells the story of the build, a landscape of tools and raw materials. A new generation observes the craft, perhaps a future engineer in the making. The first road test, the ultimate validation of her work. From behind the wheel, she pilots her creation through its first trial. The rough terrain is a true test of the new suspension and frame integrity. A minor setback, the tire has lost traction in the loose soil. A quick field repair is necessary. She begins by removing the wheel. The wheel is caked in mud, a souvenir from its earlier ordeal. The wheel nuts are torqued down, securing the wheel back onto the axle. She applies her full strength, ensuring the nuts are properly tightened. With the repair complete, she attempts to free the vehicle once more. But her work never ends. A new, even larger project has arrived. This heavy-duty truck frame will be her next engineering challenge. She returns to her specialty, structural steel fabrication and welding. The new frame takes shape under the intense heat of her welder. She begins work on the axle and wheel assembly for this new, larger vehicle. Using a hammer, she seats a bearing, a task requiring both force and precision. Her hands, protected by gloves, guide the welding electrode with expert precision. She works on a much larger scale now, fabricating a frame for a commercial truck. The principles are the same, but the loads and tolerances are far greater. The arc welder burns brightly, fusing steel into a structure of immense strength. The completed frame stands as a monument to her incredible skill and dedication. She measures out a new piece. Precision is the foundation of quality. The mark is made, a guide for the next perfect cut. Now, a protective coating is applied to shield the new frame from the elements. She uses an angle grinder to perfectly finish a metal edge. The cut is made, sending a shower of sparks into the air. The percussive force of the hammer is used for fine adjustments. Once again, she measures, ensuring every dimension is exact. The welding continues as this larger, stronger frame takes shape. This is engineering at its most fundamental, transforming raw material into function. The process is a dance of fire and steel, choreographed by a master. Her work is a powerful statement of ingenuity and self-reliance. The scale of her ambition is matched only by the scale of her skill. She is a builder, a creator, an engineer in the truest sense. The final welds are laid down, completing yet another masterpiece. The finished weld is inspected, a perfect seam of fused metal. The process begins with a fusion weld. The bright arc signifies the start of creation. Using percussive force, she shapes a heavy steel plate. With her signature red welder, she lays down another flawless bead. She stands with her creation, a custom fabricated frame ready for duty. Teamwork makes the next step possible, installing a heavy floor panel. She returns to her welding, securing the newly installed panel. Her work is relentless, driven by a passion for building. A brief pause, a moment to consult the plan on her phone. The finished product, a once-wrecked truck, reborn and stronger than ever. The final weld is a signature, the mark of a true craftswoman. A very special thank you to the owner of the YouTube channel LSTUHing for creating this wonderful video and allowing me to comment. If you enjoyed this narrative, please visit and support their channel at the link in the description below.